Having suffered a dismal electoral performance and lost numerous leaders to the MK party, all eyes will be on the EFF as its much-anticipated elective conference gets underway this morning. The party leader Julius Malema and the Secretary-General Marshal Dlamini are set to deliver the party's organisational and political reports outlining the state of the organisation. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo is in Nasrec and now joins us live. Juniour, very good morning to you. So, all eyes on this conference that will be taking place in Nasrec. It almost seems that Nasrec has become a political home where political parties get to decide who will be leading the party, considering that the ANC also had its elective conference there. But tell us what we can expect.
Indeed, Aldrin, it seems to have become the chosen place basically for most political parties as they are hosting their electoral conferences. As you've already indicated, the ANC held its own elective conference here. The EFF's second National People's Assembly was also held here in 2019, where this current leadership that is currently at the helm right now was also elected there. So we do expect all of those election processes to actually take place tomorrow. That's when we do expect those top positions to be filled within the EFF. But just to get to one of those contentious issues that we did speak about earlier this morning, we do expect the current president of the EFF, not to be contested in that when that election does happen. And there is no term limit when it comes to the EFF. Hence, he can stand for as many times as he would like to contest the elections. When it comes to other political parties such as your ANC, there is also no term limit there. But what also limits the ANC in terms of their presidential candidates is that the party also has a resolution that says that the president of the ANC is the preferred candidate to be the president of the country. So we know that the president of the country has 2 terms. So when it comes to that party, that is what limits the ANC when it comes to their choices of making a president. We did see the former president Thabo Mbeki going for that 3rd term. But coming back to the economic freedom fighters, we do expect the party to speak about some of the challenges that they've experienced in the past few months in the lead up to those elections in May, the national and provincial elections, their decline in electoral support, in particular in KwaZulu-Natal. We've had the party leadership attributing that decline, electoral decline, to the former deputy president, saying that when he was deployed in that province, things seem to, the wheels basically seem to come off. But one province that performed better than what it did in 2019 was Limpopo, and right now we are joined by the secretary of the EFF in Limpopo, Kgotatso Mohwane. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. The EFF in general in these national and provincial elections did not perform so up to the standard that it would have wanted, but your province seems to have performed better than the other in the other provinces. What do you accredit your success in Limpopo to?
Thank you very much, and good morning to the viewers. What I can say is that as much as we did better in Limpopo, but we did not perform as we would have expected or as we would have wanted. But one of the things that are very important is that we were on the ground and we fought. We fought a serious battle. And I can tell you is that what the leadership have been saying earlier, that the formers that who have left us, they were sometimes deployed in Limpopo for a long time, and we've had issues up until the leadership realized there is a problem in that province, and they intervened. And since then, we were on the ground with the former SG of the EFF, Godrich Kadi. He led us, and we did better than though we wanted to do more, but we did better at least. So it takes hard work, and that's what we're focusing on strengthening our branches right now, building stronger branches of the EFF, so that when the 2026 elections come, we'll be very ready and prepared for the elections. So yeah.
When you speak about the 2 formers, I just want to hear you correctly. Are you saying that the former deputy president, when he was deployed in Limpopo, things were also not going well there?
I would not want to give him the credit to even mention his name, but all I can say is that he was deployed in that province, and we had serious issues to a level where we're labeled as if we're a problem in Limpopo. He's been a problem actually in the organization, but to a certain extent, there are times when you can raise these issues. At some point, you keep quiet and say, let's not divide the organization and see how long this thing can go. And they've proven us right.
And when it comes to the election of the leadership, which is what a lot of people are going to be looking forward to, as a province, what is the process that takes place as a province? Do you sit with your delegates as Limpopo and decide that we want the current president to continue as the president? What is the process that happens there?
Thank you very much. After launching all the branches that were qualifying to come to the NPA, we had our PGA on the 23rd of November in Westernburg Community Hall in Polokwane, where all the delegates of Limpopo, 340 of them, gathered under one roof and spoke on the policy position of the organization, organizational rebuilding and the constitutional amendment. But amongst other issues that we have dealt with is the leadership question issue, which obviously the guidelines of the EFF towards the NPA were allowing us as structures to have that conversation. We've had that conversation, and as a province, we have resolved to say this is what we see, that it can work, it can take the organization from where it is to the greater heights. So we've had that conversation, and we've spoken as a collective of Limpopo with all the delegates of Limpopo, and we're marching like that.
You want the president to continue?
Definitely, without asking, the president must continue. He has managed to carry this organization. It's very difficult to carry a young organization like ours, which is constituted by young people, mainly as the members. And he has carried this organization, and the organization has survived the worst situations that even as members, they were asking themselves, are we going to get out of this still intact? And he has led us, and we're very happy with his leadership. We want him to retain. But it's not up to Limpopo alone. Remember, it's a conference where everybody has got the right to contest, to be elected, or to elect their preferred leaders. But we as Limpopo, that is where we stand right now.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
That is the secretary of the EFF in Limpopo saying that the province where the president of the EFF, Julius Malema, comes from, wants him to continue at the helm of the party. And there is that expectation, Aldrin, that he is going to be nominated, and there is not going to be any opposition to that nomination, Aldrin.